Hi, I'm Becky Rose Dungeon Gal. This is a brand new campaign. Return of the Winged Trinity. I did my first already. Can you believe that? I've already at the camera. I'm still on my opening statement. That's shocking, isn't it? So, same players as the last campaign I did with this team, the Forged Templars. We're back together for a new campaign. I so nearly did a second It was quiet, very subdued. Um, oh fuck! No. So
The box.
okay, so I now you see what you've done there. Now the technical stuff where you changed your resolution there, Mark. Your Hangouts has doesn't adapt to the change of resolution, so kind of doesn't. Yeah, you now kind of shrunk up into a corner. Anyway, the technical stuff aside. So welcome to the stream. As you can see, we're disorganised, but we have funky characters on a couple of players, and we'll get the various people will have. Oh, jeez, I've got the I'm banning from the dictionary. Just oh, bloody hell. Various people have funky CGI characters, various people don't, and during the course of the campaign it'll all change. There's no particular reason for it other than technology availability in different countries and computers and iPads and what have you. So, this campaign is set in the city of Moraine. Much like the previous campaign, it's the same city, it's the same time, but it's new characters, even though the same players. I did put out video to get a fourth player. Unfortunately, he dropped out 20 minutes before the game, so that was acceptable. It was contextually correct. So let's play D&D 5th edition with first level, and we're starting this at the moment the last campaign ended. So to set the scene, in the southern quarter of the city, this is a city of islands. If you want to learn more about the city, I did a video on it, Moraine City State. You can Google that up on YouTube, and it's like got a whole video of Moraine City and what it's about. Anyway, towards the southern edge of the city, where all of the noble islands are in this archipelago city, is an island with a big, tall tower, half-mile high, which is a prison. And at the top of that tower right now are the characters from the previous campaign, and they're meeting a night hag, and it's all going to go terribly wrong for them. In the meantime, the heroes we're going to talk about today have just arrived in the city, having travelled here from up north, and they are being escorted by a Goliath, being played by Phil. And they include a Tiger Man being played by Mark.
Hello. Or grr, if you prefer.
Yeah, let's go for the grr. And a minstrel, Scout Folk, being played by Jenny.
A bagpiper, not a minstrel.
Bagpipe. I'm sorry.
Playing namby-pamby. I don't play namby-pamby ukulele. I play the bagpipes.
As a bagpipe player,
All right, my lovers.
has been
and we're still with her.
yeah, because she hasn't broken them out yet. As a bagpipe player, poor Ardus has already been banned from the archipel of Festivus by the Baron who runs the island, who was so insulted by the presence of bagpipes that this particular Baron. Should we reveal this in play, or shall I reveal it now, Jenny?
I don't mind.
Because the other players don't know.
Right. As long as you get the details right, I don't mind. I could do a brief thing about it.
Okay.
Okay. So yes, technically he was very insulted by the bagpipes, but more because I was a halfling, and this was while I still was a member of a band called the Seven Deadly Songsters. And what happened was we decided we weren't going to be brought down by this. We had to leave, unfortunately, and we were given black marks. But we decided we were going to go elsewhere and play. But then word reached the other archipelagos that we had been given black marks and that this baron had become very insulted by our playing. So less people started to turn up. Eventually, because Ardus felt that he was the one who was blatantly responsible for this decreasing of popularity, he decided to leave the band and just outright go elsewhere and whatever. But then he found out a few days later that his band had supposedly been attacked by wolves while still in the wilderness. So of course he's now like gone full artist and gone, no, I must take my revenge on this baron with art, and go back to Festivus and play until he, I don't know, bleeds out of his ears or something.
That sounds cool.
Whilst on the road back to Moraine, Ardus bumped into... Oh crap, I'm not sure. Dak, is it Dark or Dak?
Dak?
Dak.
Dak.
Dak. And Dak was...
Dak, okay.
Dak was returning from another city, having worked a job as a caravan guard, I believe.
Yes.
Bumped into Ardus on the road, and they decided to travel together. Let's find out more about Dak.
I'm a Goliath. I lived in the mountains. I fell out with the new chief in the tribe. Was a bit vocal about my feelings, and in the end got kicked out. So I did a few jobs for the local dwarves, guarding baggage trains and things, and slowly found myself in Moraine. And I've been working as a freelance guard and bodyguard and guide. I do like a drink occasionally.
And the last
Occasionally.
character they met on the road was Savannah. Now, I know some of Savannah's stuff is definitely going to come out in play, but perhaps, Mark, you can introduce a little bit more about the character.
Yeah. Savannah has been in meditative isolation for many years, studying ancient texts, and he felt that this time was right to come back into the world and put shall we say, a more practical application onto what he's learned. So he was travelling from up north to I'm allowed to do that accent to the city of Moraine, where his studies have led him to believe that things are about to kick off.
Cool. And the good news is I am no longer leading the counter. So,
You're keeping count. Can we please have an NPC in this campaign called
That's just no. Not gonna happen. No, because like they're just like we're always confused as to whether we're talking about or not.
That's the point.
Give me a major character.
Major character.
Anyway, so the players have returned to Moraine, or found their way to Moraine, and are on their way to the Isle of Festivus. The Isle of Festivus doesn't have a dock. It's connected by a bridge to another island, which is a quite posh island with some administrative and bureaucratic buildings in. There's various halls that can be hired. There's an opera hall, or opera house, and then there's a bridge, a very posh bridge, that leads you over to the Isle of Festivus. And that's where Ardus is determined. He's going to be playing his bagpipes this afternoon. And as they're approaching this rather posh, grand, imposing bridge, they hear the sound of crashing stone, of masonry tumbling or exploding out of the top of the tower. Everyone's eyes in the city are drawn to, what the hell was that? And as everyone's eyes are drawn to the tower, and where you are in the southern part of the city, you're reasonably close to it. So you get a good view of 3 people tumbling out the top of the tower and descending. You would think to their deaths, but as they tumble, they each turn into dragons. A gold dragon, a silver, and a bronze. And they swoop down and up, and there's the almighty roar of 3 dragons across the city. And you go, shit, I'm first level. This ain't good. And it's moments after this where the smallest of the dragons, the bronze dragon, flies directly over the Isle of Festivus and over the bridge. There's shadow following him, and if that does not still fear into the hearts of mortals, then nothing will, as it swoops low over the island and launches up into the sky. So you've just had an oh shit dragon moment, and no more than a few meters away from it as it flew over your head.
Okay. Savannah is scared to death of these dragons, but he recognises them from the drawings that he's seen, and is fascinated by them. So tries to get a better view of anything rather than running or hiding.
Okay, so the best view you could get around here would either be to get up on the bridge, perhaps, or to get onto the roof of the Opera House, probably the largest building here. But you're not sure if you can get access to that.
I'm close to the bridge, yes?
Yes, you're close to both.
Parapet there that I could leap up onto?
So the bridge itself, I'm not prepared for that. Maybe I should do a quick Google image search or something. Let's do it. Let's do a Google image search for a fantasy bridge and see what comes up.
Ooh, these be giant birds. Ever next.
Screen capture, that one, right. Let's go there. That's a bit too elven, isn't it? How about want something grand and sort of great? How about no? Ooh, that's a bit too city in the clouds, but
oh yeah,
maybe do
that's
something like
quite
that.
cool.
Just as a kind of sort of style of the bridge rather than the location itself.
Mhm.
So you could climb up these side towers. I don't think you can see my mouse, can you? Oh, you can.
Yeah,
Oh,
I can see
fantastic.
it.
Oh, excellent. So yeah, you can climb up these towers for a better view, or just into the middle.
No, he'll bound up and go upwards, trying to get closer to the items of his investigation. He's pointing that's T.O. That's what I remember the name of.
Okay, now you're going to test my knowledge. So, T.O., Kin, and Trix. So Trix is the silver, Kin is the bronze.
Kin is the bronze. Yeah.
Kin, now that just went. Yeah.
So Kin is the one that just flew over you. Okay.
Oh.
So Savannah goes hurtling up the side. Let's have a climb roll, just to see if that goes disastrously
You're
wrong or not.
Kin, but you're a bloody tiger. How does a bird become a tiger?
Savannah, where are you going? Get down!
So what's that? Acrobatics?
Okay. Yeah, that'll be acrobatics. This just determines
16.
how high you get. So you get 32 feet up in the air, so you got quite a good view, and 3d6 falling damage if you drop.
Yeah.
So, let's plan ahead of time. So the next thing that's seriously worrying to happen is from the Waterfall Gardens. Now, the Waterfall Gardens is the garden of the palace where the Queen lives. And what's known about the Queen is that she spends a lot of time. She was or she is a nature spirit of sorts. That much is known, and that she spends a lot of time in the gardens talking to animals and growing plants and things like that. But she's not just a nature spirit. Something was done to her, which is all covered in the previous campaign. You can go watch that. So, the next thing that happens is the queen, standing on top of her palace, becomes a gigantic red dragon. But a little unusually, she's like half red dragon, half fawn. You know, like she's got antlers and stuff instead of horns, and little tufts of leaves and things. And next to her is a black dragon, and they they've turned into their dragon forms, and they take to the skies, and the queen roars across the sky. And so it has come to this, Tio, the end of our time. I shall prevail. Rawr! And there's what is, and it's all. This is all going to be happening over the end of the city you're in. What begins to happen is various lightning strikes and dragon fire streaking across the sky, and particularly Savannah, but all of you are feeling quite exposed right now.
Get cover!
I've waited my whole life for this.
Or just cover over here. I know there's an inn we can go to.
Oh,
You can look up about birds later.
okay. Clambers gracefully down and followed back to the others. Looking back over his shoulder the whole way.
No sooner do you get to the ground and start to walk away than Trix, the silver dragon, lands momentarily on the pillar of the bridge which you were climbed up. So you could have had a really close lands on the sort of top of that cross brace, the top cross brace there, and it's like roars out across the sky. We will prevail. You will not trick us again. To which the Queen Red Dragon responds, but I am more than I was in our last battle all those thousands of years ago. And so you run. But possibly Savannah just doing the quick sort of walk.
I'll grab Savannah and drag him with me.
And you arrive at the... I suppose that it makes absolute sense that this island would absolutely have an inn, likely near the dock. And it'll be quite a posh one, because this is where people arrive when they're going to festivals on the Isle of Festivus, which is mostly an open space. And so they would arrive here, and it's one of those taverns that's quite overpriced, and although it's clean and nice, it's not really worth what it charges. Nonetheless, when there's dragons flying around overhead, it's as good a place as any to hide. And so you arrive inside the tavern, and
is there many people there?
There's several people have run in moments before you, because they didn't have a tiger folk climbing up a bridge to go back down. So you're not the first to arrive, but certainly not long after you've entered, a few people enter behind you, and it's at that moment that the roof of the tavern collapses under the weight of a crashing bronze dragon as it crashes into the building itself and collapses into the bar in a hail of splinters and wood and mottle and daub and glasses and tankards flying past your head as it crashes into the bar. So the scene that lays before you is half of the building has collapsed under a dragon. The other half is the bit that you're standing in with lots of very surprised people. And of course, moments ago, that the rest of that building had people in. And there's just like you three and a handful of other survivors as this dragon picks itself back up onto its feet shakes itself off. It's got a big claw mark down the side of its neck, and it takes off as a black dragon pursues it in the sky. So that cover didn't work, did it?
We need to go under rather than in.
Well, we've got to save these people, surely. There's people trapped under there.
There's people trapped, and there is definitely people dead.
The dead ones we can't do anything about, but let's help
Do
them
I
to
look
find
like
them.
someone who can lift massive timber?
No, but he does.
I can. I need a drink. After
The
that,
drink is
I
under the
need
bar,
a drink.
under the top roof.
Go to the bar. Unbury the bar.
So Dag starts to rescue people by unburying the bar
By
first.
default, on the way to the bar.
So as you try to salvage people, you can see the dragon fight overhead as these 5 dragons battle it out. There's flame, there's lightning, there's black dragon does poison of the cloud, but you haven't seen any of that. What does silver dragon do? Can't remember. Anyway,
Excuse me.
noise, explosions, bangs, carnage, death, maiming, gore, blood, that kind of stuff happening up ahead. Over the other side of the city, there is a blue glow. It's just, you can't see what's glowing, but you see above the buildings there is an unusual and most definitely magical blue glow on the horizon line, that you can see over the roofs of the houses.
What's that? Arliss, can you see that glow? What can that be?
What on earth could that be, Maddie?
It's something to deal with at a future time. Let's get these people out of here first.
Bet they won't be grateful.
They won't be grateful, but we'll be happier for it.
Moments later, a gold dragon tumbles along the ground and collapses into the half-standing pub. It sort of collapses into that, so there's now only a quarter of this place left standing.
Okay.
As this dragon tumbles over itself, rolling along, there's splashes of blood, dragon blood, coming out, and it gets back up to its feet, or gets itself at least the right way up, when a red dragon lands on top of it, going claws first, wrenching this gold dragon around. And this is happening feet from you.
I think by now it's going
Out of here now.
You better leave.
Yes.
As you go to
We're gonna
run,
go under.
Is the back door still standing?
there are no walls.
Is there a toll booth?
The only thing standing now is the front door and a little bit of wall next to it. So I suppose you could leave by the way you came in.
Yeah, well, let me go. Is the door locked?
No.
Okay.
We need to head underground.
So as
Underground somewhere, like a sewer or something.
Probably a cellar in this pub.
I think we just better move away.
Yeah, it seems to be happening here. Let's go.
as the red dragon is shaking this...
Or where we have to hide?
I'm sorry, I missed that. Okay, okay. So as the red dragon is shaking the neck of this gold dragon and clawing down, trying to hurt it and kill this thing, its head turns to look at you, sees that you're carrying arms, and says, "Fight, you fools!" Now, technically speaking,
What?
just so you know, this is your queen. Just told you to fight, you fools.
Not my queen.
But would all of us know this is a queen?
Well, you saw the transformation. So, would you recognise the queen? Probably yes. As public figures go, she's the one you would recognise. I'd say even Savannah, even though he doesn't recognise her as his own queen, recognises that she is the Queen of Moraine.
Okay, but he also recognises the history behind
Yes, Savannah's
healing
perspective, very different.
on the ground. So I definitely won't fight, at least not on the side of the Queen. So I'll drag the other two away if possible.
Yeah, it's not something I would personally recommend, just so we're clear.
Not for a first level.
You could probably just pick me up. Sometimes they're small.
Yeah. Come on, let's
Okay.
leave. And I'll physically grab the halfling and attempt.
Dak will follow Savannah.
Woo!
Well, probably just as well, otherwise he'd just be hanging onto his belt.
As you start running
Won't she
away,
mean fight?
I think it means poking things with sharp things.
as you try to leave the scene, you see a person trapped under a beam. Please, help! And it's at that moment that the gold dragon is finally able to wrestle this red dragon off of its back. It rolls over, and they're still on the ground fighting, but there's a little more distance as they roll and tumble away, and then they take to the air again.
Okay, Savannah will run towards this beam and attempt to lift it off the injured person.
Okay, let's have...
No, you should leave him. Survival of the fittest.
Party conflict. Okay.
That's okay, you can back me off if you like, but I'm going to attempt it.
Okay.
It was the tavern that was flimsy. It wasn't her fault she got underneath it.
So, for those people attempting to rescue the poor stranded maiden underneath the beam, let's have a strength roll. For those people leaving the scene at high speed, let's just see what happens in the strength roll first.
I am going to be providing moral verbal support. That is my strength.
And it's 13 total.
Try as you might, you definitely need another person to help you do this.
Dak, get in here!
For God's sake, give it here. Let me have a go.
Okay, what's your strength bonus stack?
3.
Three.
Oh,
Okay,
+5.
no, I don't want you to roll. I just add, because if somebody's already rolled for the task, so I'm just going to add your strength bonus to that total. That brings us to 16, so that's fine. Together, you manage to lift off this beam and get the woman free. She's clearly hurt and needs medical help.
Okay,
I'll sling her over my shoulder and we'll take her with us. We're not staying here.
okay.
My bones are broken. You can't shift me around like this. I need. Oh, please, it hurts.
We're leaving. No choice.
Yeah, it's safer if you don't stay, even if you die on the way.
My leg is broken. My left leg, specifically, according to this dice.
Well, you can keep it broken or we can take it off. No choice.
Look at the hag. She's practically passing out with the pain.
Okay, then.
That's her finished then. Off we
Easy
go.
to handle.
Okay, where are you running to?
Away.
I want to try and get
Diametrically opposite
underneath.
the dragons.
I'm sorry, that was 3 at once there.
Yeah, but we're panicking.
What? So we should put our hand up or something.
Sorry.
Miss Rose, Miss Rose.
No toilet breaks. At least not one.
Oh God, not that again.
Let's not go back to the broadcast toilet break, no.
You just brought this up.
No, that's not what I meant. I was going with your teacher fantasy there for a moment. I didn't realise I was bringing up dark, horrible memories from the past that some of us still haven't gotten over and still seeing therapists about.
Traumatised, aren't you?
Yes, I am. the cost in therapists alone for that incident. I'll never recover. I'll never pay off
I'm
my mortgage
speechless.
now.
Okay, the little guy seems to know where we're going, so we follow him.
Climb over the rubble, out the back of the inn.
Okay, that brings you out into the central square of this little bureaucratic archipel, where you've got various government offices, various public buildings, and of course the large opera house, which is the biggest building here.
Mhm.
To your east is the bridge to Festivus.
I'd say let's not get in anywhere that's going to fall in on us again.
You hear a battery of cannon fire from a ship out in the channel, and the Silver Dragon, Trix, gives chase to the cannonballs. For those of you who can speak Draconic, you can hear him shout, "Ball!"
Well, that would be me then. So you hear a sort of a purring sound, and maybe laughter on microphone.
Okay, so you're kind of just stood in the main square going, what do we do? What do we do?
What do we do?
I don't think there's any way down. If any manholes in the ground or cellar vaults.
No.
Yeah, I'll be looking around for things like that.
No. If
Well,
you under the ground, no. You could do under the water because you're not far from the dock, or a bridge, or it's an archipel. There's always water nearby in moraine.
excuse me. What do
Of
we
course,
say?
breathing
Water?
becomes an issue.
Let's get off this.
I suppose the opera house would have a lot of floors. They would have a few basements.
Yeah, okay, let's get in there and go down.
Okay.
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 You get to the.
Do we want to be trapped in the basement?
Yes.
Okay.
You get to the main door of the opera house. It is locked. There's a sign on the front that says next show Sunday afternoon. Matinee.
I'll draw out my great club and give the doors a great bash with a great club.
Okay, let's have a strength roll.
Oh, that's my.
Yeah, well timed.
Oh, there it is. Oh, 1. That's not good.
These are thick, sturdy wooden doors. There's no way you'll be able to bash through these no matter how long you do it. You think they've got iron reinforcement bars on there and everything.
Windows?
I start running round towards the back, see if there's any kind of side door or not attendants, like servants entrance, something like that.
Yep, you run around the side of the building, and you can find there are certainly several other entrances into this place. So you pick a random door, not knowing one from the other, and try to get through. Again, the door is locked.
Okay. Are there any glass windows
Okay, the main.
that would be accessible?
Let's see. Certainly, definitely on the roof, we'll have. There's got to be light coming in, hasn't there? So, yeah, we're going to have a lot of glass on the roof, and then we'll have in the front. We'll have some very, very large windows that cover most of the height of this sort of big, grand building. So several really tall windows. So you could smash them
Dash,
easily.
do you think you can hoist me up to the window?
Yes. I'll lift you up as high as I can. Can you reach?
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, that's about 8-9 feet.
Yeah, now all you have to do is smash through it. I'm not suggesting use it yourself.
You want me to throw you at the window?
The glass is brittle and fragile and easily smashes. The amount of public damage, property damage you've done here is extremely expensive.
Don't care. Do not care.
It was the dragon did it, so.
Honest governor. And you pile into.
So whether I just simply as whether I just smashed it in with my foot or if they threw me in, I'm like, okay, come on.
Or played your bagpipes and it shattered. The entrance
The Seven
plaza.
Deadly Songsters was a great band.
the, the entrance plaza of this building is very Art Deco in style. It has alternating black and white checkerboard floor tiles. There's very posh wooden. What do they call it? Where you the tills, for buying tickets and so
counters.
forth. There's a large cloakroom area, and of course there's the passageway through to firstly a bar, and then beyond that, there's a bar.
To the bar.
Could
Yeah.
we hide in the bar cellar, perhaps?
And beyond the bar, there's the chamber to the opera house itself. And if you want to get underneath, then odds are it's either going to be probably in the bar, or there'll probably be stuff under the stage as well, just so you know.
Bar and orchestra pit.
Yeah.
The
bar was like.
There's no booze in the pit, though.
Taking a quick look back as we leave, can I see anything out of the windows? Are the dragons any closer?
You can definitely hear the dragon war raging over your head. The blue glow in the distance is slightly more concerning. It looks like there's a couple of archipels ablaze now as well. Because, there's like fire breath and lightning strikes happening all around. And if you take just a moment of stillness, you can hear the screams of the dying.
Oh, we'll do that then.
Yeah.
I definitely need a drink.
Oh, it is then. That's decided. Let's find the cellar.
Okay, so you're heading to the bar, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. You head to the bar and... Yeah, let's give you a small storage area underneath the bar that you could hide in. It's not much of a cellar. It's got plenty of beer. As you're about to close the cellar lid behind you, who's the last person?
I'll be the last person.
Okay. As you're about to close the cellar door behind you, you look up and see that the roof of the opera house is currently on fire.
So much for property
Okay.
damage.
I'll shout the other two. We've got to get out of here. The roof is on fire.
Again.
I'm not leaving this now. We're fine.
It's going to fall on top of us.
Pour beer over your head to protect you.
There's an almighty crash from the front of the building.
Okay.
You can't see it from where you are.
Run out the back, pile up the stairs, run through into the opera house.
Okay,
Where are you going?
So, Savannah heads off into the main opera house itself. Do the rest of you follow?
Yeah, I'll grab a bottle of spirits and follow him.
No. No, I'm battering down the hatches. I'm staying in my little.
Okay.
cellar.
I've already split the party up. Yay. Okay. So, as you go into the opera house itself, what you find is there's a number of passages. Basically, you've got a passage to the left that slopes up around a curved wall, and a similar thing to the right. So they sort of slope up and forward, and then you've got a passage going forward, which opens up into, and the doors are already open here, but into the ground floor of the opera house itself. So you can see the seating area, and the stage is at the far end of that.
Yeah, so I'm going straight ahead, staying on ground level, looking for a door out.
Okay, so you charge into the main opera house chamber itself, and head to the stage area.
I shout,
Wanting to the side where the crowd would leave.
Whoa, sorry, two at once. Let's have Phil for the moment. What were you...
I shout, Dak will shout, Savannah, where are you going?
Out! Anywhere out of here.
Okay.
I don't want singed fur, so I'm looking for where the exit for the crowds would be that were in the upper house. So there should be doors at ground level somewhere out from the
Okay.
main hall.
So I'd pick up the pace and go faster after him.
Okay, so what Savannah quickly discovers is that being built in an era without any health and safety, what they like to do is to have people leave via the bar. So, what you do have, however, is underneath the stage there is an area of various ropes and contraptions and stuff for lifting things up onto the stage through various contraptions and what have you. There's also the behind the stage area, which presumably leads to some of those other doors you found earlier.
Yep.
You could start hunting around there.
Yeah, I'll carry on straight through.
Okay, so the person who's left behind, poor little Ardus hiding away in his cubbyhole, becomes very aware that outside of his trapdoor at the moment is a deep breathing, clearly extremely wounded dragon. It's struggling to breathe. And it is not far from you.
Okay. I'm gonna.
I hear you breathing. Help, please. Please.
I'm gonna very carefully climb. I'm assuming like climb up
Yeah.
the ladder or whatever it is, and then slowly peek through the trapdoor.
You lift it up just about an inch. Whichever, well, it's the bronze dragon. There's a bronze dragon there. You can see just the glow from its scales. It's a rather ornate setting, being a posh building and all. But the bronze dragon is clearly bleeding all over it.
You're quite big for a bird, aren't you?
I'm dying. Help.
Yeah, I can see. I'm just a halfling. What do you expect me to do? I can't possibly heal a giant bird as yourself.
Find a healer.
Maybe if I play with a little lullaby, maybe that'll ease the pain.
Playing with fire.
So,
why do people automatically think I'm rubbish at the bagpipes? I'm actually very good at them.
I'm sure you're superb, but they're still bagpipes. So,
bagpipes can be good. It didn't specify what kind of bagpipes.
This is true. And bagpipes can be excellent. They can be drowned out by other instruments. So, no, I'm sorry.
They can be Eon pipes, which sound a lot nicer than Scottish bagpipes.
They certainly do.
Okay. Meanwhile, Savannah, you have found an exit to this place when you hear the sound of bagpipes playing near the front of the building.
Oh, he'll be all right then. I was a bit worried he might be in trouble, but no, sounds fine.
So, you found an exit door.
Okay. Is it locked with a lock? Is it openable?
It is locked. So you could try to pick the locks or bash your way through the door.
Definitely a bashing, I think, both of us together.
Okay, let's have a strength roll.
That's more like it. 18.
Oh,
Okay.
Roll.
Yeah, that's all right. Phil's rolled, and
I'll take a swig. I'll take a swig out of my bottle, pass it to Savannah, hold that, and swing my club at the door.
Okay, the door bursts off of its hinges, shattering in the air as the door leaves your presence, and it shatters and crumples and reveals behind it a black dragon that was just about to do the same to get in.
Excuse me.
Where's my bottle?
What's your action?
Um, can we get past the dragon, or is it completely blocking the door?
Right, it was about to smash the door away itself so that it could scurry into the opera house. You have a
Okay,
moment's
so
split reaction to decide what to do.
I dash past it out of
Okay.
the upper house.
And
I,
Dag,
I'll follow.
okay.
In fact, I'll
Let,
leap if necessary.
let's have an athletics roll to see if you do it before the dragon just ignores you and barrels past you and crushes you against the walls.
So did you say acrobatics or athletics?
It would be probably athletics most appropriate, actually.
Okay.
That's a 12.
A bit slow today, sorry. That's that's a 5. Is it the so it's the athletics bonus? That's 10.
And in total. Okay, so you're both gonna. I'm gonna pull up the dice camera here because you have both taken
Dead already.
d6 of damage from as the dragon barges past you. Neither of you are quick enough to get out of the way, delivering 5 damage to you as you're crushed between the might of the dragon, the sheer speed at which it moves, and the wall that's quite solid behind you. But you have emerged outside to a scene of absolute bedlam. One of the government buildings has completely collapsed. There's the Trix, the silver dragon, is flying up above. He's holding a cannonball in one hand. There's a couple of cannonballs that are lying on the central square, just sort of lying there, having presumably been thrown by Trix as he flies past, as the black dragon's bolted in. So as you come out, the black dragon charges past you, and the silver dragon is flying past holding a cannonball.
Okay, so how is this? What's the area like? Is it open?
Is it like a...
So you've come out
Alley?
to the side of the opera house, which connects to the side of a government building. There's a little alley between the two.
Oh,
That government building is mostly flattened. It's just sort of a few outer walls here and there.
Okay, well for me, it's being in buildings isn't good, so I'm going to head to the centre of the open area
back
and
to the square.
dodge whatever is coming this way I can see.
And in the distance, now that you can see the skyline, you see a blue column of magical light erupt into the sky, arc up and over most of the city, and come raining down. Some of those blue magical lights raining down are landing on the archipel near you. And as they land, you see that they are almost like it's like a Star Trek transporter beam. As emerging are these very large humanoid creatures, about 9 foot tall. In fact, if you watch the first episode of The Forged Templars, you will recognize them as the original humans. So these big, muscular sort of men and women, very, very tall, very, very strong, and all of them armed with combination of harpoons, of half halberds, and bardishes. They wear a sort of a fish scale-like armor, and they look at around them. They see that you're holding weapons, and one of them charges at you. Ah!
I would vaguely recognise these. I think.
Let's have a religion roll from you, Savannah. See if you can put it together.
Okay. How does that work? I scored 3.
Add your religion skill modifier.
Yeah, that's plus 4.
And
So
I'll tell you
I've got
what,
7.
given your character background, I will actually give you advantage on that roll.
Ah, okay. I'll do another one then.
Cool.
Didn't help a lot.
Okay, so it's what, 10, total of 10.
Yeah.
Okay. You cannot say that they are the creatures referenced in the creation myth that you're familiar with, but you can't rule it out because of their size. You just can't say that they are definitely them. Meanwhile, Ardus is singing a lullaby to a dragon. So presumably this has it's a bard song you're doing of some kind. So is this like a song of rest, perhaps, or something?
Yeah,
Okay.
a kind of a song of passing on.
Oh, so, so not the song of rest. It's more of a funeral song, yeah. I'm just trying to see
Well,
if there are mechanical effect to what you're doing.
Trying to be as tactful as possible, but I know I can't save this dragon.
Okay. So yeah.
So, for example, the song would be in halfling, or it would just be a vocalese. I wouldn't actually be like, "Well, you're dying now," kind of in the lyrics. I wouldn't be as latent as that.
As its last breath of life exude from its body and its eyes closed for the last time, it seems to be content and at peace. It's also very dead when the black dragon enters the other end of the bar, looks at it, laughs. And I think it's probably about time we end this session. So just a short session for this one to get us going, to set the scene, and we'll be back. Is it 2 weeks' time that we're going to play again, is it, guys?
Yep, should be.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, and that'll be hopefully subject to change, but hopefully that'll be Tuesday, 8 o'clock, 2 weeks' time, 8 o'clock GMT time. And we'll see you then. Bye bye, folks.
Bye.